So very good morning, all of you. Hello.
Good morning, sir. Hello. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So last time we were seeing different varieties, cultivars of banana, their genomic constitutions, and different genomic groups we have seen, and different which are the varieties comes under each genome. That also we have seen. Then we have seen different crop improvement. So what are the crop improvement? Crop improvement till now happen in India as well as outside India. So after that, we'll see. These are some research internationally at international level, which are different organizations which are working in banana crop improvement. Okay, so these are institute like FIA, that is Honduras Foundation for Agriculture Research, IITA, that is Indian Institute of Tropical Agriculture, Nigeria, EBRAPA, that is the Brazilian Agriculture Research Corporation, CIRAD, that is French Agriculture Research and International Cooperation Organization, France, then CARBAP, so Federation of Rural Associations of Buenos Aires and La Pampa, Argentina, and finally BI, that is Biodiversity International. So all these organizations are working in banana research. So all these organizations are working in banana research. So with this, we know very well, if you'll see the trend of banana cultivation in India or outside India. So actually what is in India, last time I have seen some trend of banana cultivation in India. If you will see, most of the part of central India, North India, as well as western part, as well as eastern part, no, up to western part. If you see the east and south part of India, so they have their own indigenous or local cultivar for their cultivation. But in other part of India, that is especially northern part of India, there is dominance of particular group in banana cultivation. That group is Cavendish, and there is dominance of that group. So at present in India, if you see the cultivation of this Cavendish group is around, means out of total cultivation, around 65 to 70% area is under cultivation of this only Cavendish group. So Cavendish group, that may include so many 2 or 3 major types in India. Okay, so like Grand Nain is very first and very prime, very important in India, that we introduced through the technology that is called drip irrigation from Israel. After that, we have so many other like Dwarf Cavendish, Robusta, Giant Governor. Okay, then your Harisal. Okay, Basrai and Robusta same. So these are in Gujarat we'll call it as Lokhandi. So that is nothing but Lokhandi. That is, do you know this variety, Lokhandi? Hello?
Yes, sir. We listen about it.
Yes, sir.
You listen, but it is also belongs to Cavendish group. This Lokhandi variety, just wait. So that is in Gujarat they will tell us Lokhandi, but its original name is, I think it is Basrai or something. It is same like okay, it will come somewhere. I can tell you later. Okay, so there is dominance in North India as well as west part of India. There is dominance of this particular group that is called Cavendish. that you can remember. Okay, if you will go to South India as well as the eastern part of India, that is nearby Orissa or West Bengal, as well as south part means Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh. So they have these states, they have their own indigenous or local cultivars for cultivation. So there you will not find dominance of this Cavendish group. Okay, so South India, especially if you will go to Kerala, means you will find particular variety that is called Nendran. So that is Nendran variety. It is they will also call a state variety of Kerala, Nendran. So after that Nendran, they have Pala and Kodan. That is also called as Ilakki Bale or your Nepuan. That is all Nepuan. Okay, then Kundan, Kadali, then this Virupakshi, Shirumalai. So all these groups are dominant there. If you will go to Tamil Nadu, if you will find same way. Some varieties are there like Karpuravalli. Karpuravalli is very popular in Tamil Nadu. Also this Virupakshi, Shirumalai, Rasakadali, Rastali, Mondan. So all these varieties are very popular as well as famous. Also grown from last so many years in that state. So this is part. If you go to Karnataka, also you will find same. In Karnataka, there is a dominance of only one or two particular variety. In that one is Ilakki Bale. That is also Nepuan. So Nepuan or Nalipuan or Palain Kodan, or that is also called as Saped Velchi in Maharashtra. So these are all are synonymous. So there is dominance of that particular variety. Till now, that variety is there present. There is no dominance of, but now in other state like Karnataka also, in some extent, Cavendish group is getting its area okay under cultivation. If you'll go to this east part like West Bengal, Orissa, so there also you will find their indigenous cultivars. Like if you go to Andhra Pradesh also, they have their indigenous varieties. Okay, so but in case of North India as well as western part of India, this trend is different. If you go to world means that is also, so which trend is in dominance in North India as well as Western India, same trend is following in world banana cultivation. So in world banana cultivation also now days this Grand Nain banana, which is belongs to Cavendish group, it is dominant variety for area as well as production. So actually because of its yield, this variety, because of you will get very high yield from this particular variety, as well as in if you will see the world scenario, in world banana mostly they will consume as a staple food. वो as a staple food banana को as a staple food consume करते हैं outside, especially in African country, South American countries. So जैसे कि इंडिया में राइस या व्हीट एज अ स्टेपल फूड हम कंज्यूम करते हैं, उस तरह से बनाना का स्टेपल फूड कंज्यूम करते हैं. तो और ये जो ग्रुप है कैवेंडिश, वो बहुत अच्छे कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स अवेलेबल करा के देता है, कार्बोहाइड्रेट, स्टार्च, as well as it is a table purpose. It is especially for table purpose, not for vegetable or cooking type. So this group is becoming very popular, as well as it is giving very high yield, okay, as compared to other native as well as indigenous cultivar of other countries also. Okay, so earlier before this Grand Nain group, there was dominance of one other variety that was also from Cavendish group. Okay, but because of some Panama wilt incidents, so most of the plantation got vanished of that variety. So that group was Giant Governor. So Giant Governor, there was before in 1970, 1960, 1970 up to 1980, there was dominance of that particular variety. But from 1985, so this variety is ruling. That is Grand Nain. So that is came in India with the technology that is known as drip irrigation. Okay. So in at international level, these all research stations are there. So coming to if you see individual varieties, we'll see from different research stations. So this is FIA, it is at Honduras. So different variety you have like Goldfinger, you have seen with their genomic groups also here given. So just you can remember because you need to remember for each genomic group, you need to remember one example. So you can remember at least one among this you can remember for each group. Okay, just we'll need not to go very deep in this character, just here written. So here also these Goldfinger, some characters are given. FIA2, this is also called as Mona Lisa. So here these characters are given. So this is also hybrid. So earlier also hybrid, semi-dwarf. So this is also resistant to Sigatoka. Earlier also resistant to Sigatoka. So this is FIA20 AAAB. So this is French plantain type. Resistant to Panama wilt as well as Sigatoka. Then AA, BB. So this is also one hybrid between these two parents. Okay. SH3386 and SH3320. Cooking dwarf banana. This is cooking dwarf banana. Then bunch weight 30 to 40 kg, resistant to Panama wilt. Then black Sigatoka as well as bacterial wilt. Okay, FIA21. So this is also one French plantain type, plantain cooking banana, that is resistant to black Sigatoka. So these are some other varieties from IIT in Nigeria. So these are hybrids. Okay. So these are also BRS, that is Banana Research Station, Conquestia, Princesa and Plantia. So these are from Ibrapa, Brazil. Okay. Then these are ruling variety, that is Grand N at internet. Earlier also we have seen this belongs to AAA, that is triploid. It is a tall mutant of dwarf Cavendish. So bunch weight is 25 to 30 kg. So well spaced hands, uniform size, long fingers. Required propping. Propping, that is support, because bunch weight is higher. So and this variety is almost semi-tall. Okay, so there are chances of breakage of pseudostem if there is a heavy wind. Okay, as well as there are chances of collapsing this pseudostem because of heavy weight of this bunch. So that we require propping or support. So after the Gross Mitchell. So Gross Mitchell also earlier I told it also belongs to Cavendish group, but it is susceptible to Panama wilt. As I told earlier, it's just a similar yield like this Grand N, but problem is that it's very susceptible to Panama wilt. Then Bordless Ultrafort. So this is also very tall growing variety, more than 3 meter height. Okay, so bunch yield is average around 25 to 30 kg per plant. So AA, that is pure Acuminata tetraploid. Okay, so it is a cross between Gross Mitchell, that is AAA, into AA, that is Pasang Lilin. So it is also one hybrid. It is synthetic hybrid. So very few are synthetic in case of tetraploid. So in that, this one is there, Cordless Ultrafort. So this is one summary. So you can go through all these things. So if you need not to go individually, at least these things you can remember. So two charts are there in that all important genome wise important varieties are given. So this also you can refer. So here also important characters are given. So here you can see, and hybrids also here given. Okay, so you can go through all these things there in PPT. So best known banana all over the world belongs to pure Acuminata triploid, that is AAA group, but the clones which are having both the parents is associated with greater route tolerance. Both the parents means that is includes B also, Balbisiana. Suppose any AB or AAB or ABB, so those are including Balbisiana genomic group in their constitution. So when this Balbisiana comes, it will show the greater drought resistant to diseases, more sucker production, more starchiness, as well as this variety will have cooking qualities also. Okay, so these are characters which comes from Balbisiana group. Okay, so in that Balbisiana group, you can see AB, AAB, ABB. Okay, so these are. But in that AA as well as AAA are suited for rainy conditions. Okay, so this can at least which comes B you can remember in that. Okay, nothing is. Okay, so coming to soil and climate. So banana can be grown in almost all type of soil. So adequate soil moisture is available with adequate soil moisture availability. So deep well drained loamy soil with adequate organic matter is always preferable. So plant has restricted root zone. So you know banana almost plants are going 40 or 50 centimeter deep roots. Okay. So grow well in slightly alkaline soils also. So it required large quantity of water, but it cannot tolerate water stagnation condition. Okay. So water stagnation is harmful. So it may collapse your entire plant. Okay. As well as it may give some infections like rhizome rot, such a type of pest. So optimum pH, that is 6.5 to 7.5, it is suitable for cultivation. So coming to climate, it is tropical crop, you know well. So it is adapted to wide range of climatic conditions. Altitude of around 1,200 meter mean sea level is suitable for cultivation. Temperature range, that is 13 to 40 degrees centigrade. Optimum is 25 to 30 degrees centigrade. It is good for getting good yield. Okay. So coming to low temperature less than 10 degrees centigrade or extremely hot temperature are very harmful for the growth and development of fruits. So it will develop into abnormal and malformed conditions. So other than this, heavy storms or frost, so these are also harmful. So in especially tropical countries or tropical part of India, banana cultivation is very less or it is almost not successful. So it is confined to tropical as well as it can extend up to subtropical also, but not in the temperate. It is basically tropical fruit crop. Okay. So traditionally propagated vegetatively by means of suckers or rhizomes or other way of method, that is micropropagation or tissue culture. Plantlets also available for commercial cultivation. So coming to sexual propagation, it is not possible to propagate sexually or by means of seed because of parthenocarpy nature of the most of the cultivars of banana. So they are not producing the seeds inside fruit. And also if some varieties are producing, those are sterile or they will have those cannot get germination. Okay, because the development of fruit is parthenocarpy in most of the banana varieties, especially in case of triploid. But some diploids, they can produce the seeds. So which are possible to germinate. Seeds are possible to germinate, but those are very difficult and very hard to germinate seeds. Case of banana. Okay. So because of this, vegetative propagations are very popular in commercial way of propagation in case of banana. So in that vegetative methods, so sucker is primary as well as basic source of propagation material in case of banana. So you have two type of suckers. Some are water suckers, some are short sucker, but we will always prefer short suckers for planting. So there is sometime one question, that is what is difference between water sucker as well as short suckers in case of banana. Okay, so what are the water suckers? How you can observe at field level? So water suckers will have broader leaves at the initial stage of growth. Okay, so they will not produce the healthy banana clump. Clump means that is inside development of corms or rhizomes, underground portion. So that growth will not be healthy. So it will have the slender pseudostem. So says pseudostem will be cylindrical. Okay, cylindrical means cylinder shape. Okay, rhizome or corm is not well developed. Okay, so that is clump development is not proper, or single individual sucker also corm will not develop properly. Okay, and it will take from planting up to harvest or coming crop, it will take more than 18 months for getting yield. Also yield is also very less. So normally they will develop from the shallow buds away from the pseudostem near the soil surface, or if there is to the main banana corm or rhizome, if there is any injury by means of physical way, okay, or by means of any rodents or rats, so by any such a mechanical injury, those can come out. Those are water suckers, but those are not healthy suckers, and those have these all drawbacks. So we are just avoiding this type of suckers for planting. Okay, because they have more crop duration, especially, as well as very less yield. And these are the short suckers. So short sucker, it is considered as quality as well as healthy planting material in case of banana cultivation. So if you'll see the short sucker will have very well developed rhizome. It will have well developed pseudostem, and pseudostem will be not cylindrical. It will be somewhat conical shape. Means from downside, diameter of pseudostem will be more, and it will go on reducing towards its tip at the early stage of its growth. Early stage means up to 2 to 3 months. Okay, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. They will have such a type of shape of the pseudostem. Okay, so well developed pseudostem will be well developed, and leaves will be almost sword shape. Sword, that is sword. आप sword बोलते हैं, राजा महाराजों के पास होती है वो sword. So sword shaped leaves it will have, that is almost lanceolate or tapering towards tip. So such a type. It will not have broader leaves as like water suckers. Also it will give the bigger bunches. Okay, so here also yield will be more, as well as crop duration is reducing in this case as compared to water suckers. So these are very closely associated with mother plant. So these suckers are coming with very well developed, or also it is coming from the correct base of this mother plant. Okay, and they will have very strong thick rhizomes on their own root. Okay, so whatever suckers are producing from this mother plant, also from this short sucker, they will also very strong base, and overall when we plant this short sucker, they will develop a very good healthy banana clump or mat inside the soil surface, that is underground. So corm development or clump development will be better in case of planting with short sucker. So obviously when we'll plant this short sucker, those plants will be very strong, especially for physical damages such as very strong, some storms or wind or any cyclones. So these plants can survive very well because of their underground portion is very strong, that is rhizome or combs. So their establishment or their base is very strong inside the soil surface. So that's what we are always preferring these short suckers. So coming to next, that is important criteria to select this water sucker for planting. So what should be the criteria when we are selecting these short suckers? So short suckers should be pest and disease free. So that is obvious, pest and disease free planting material only we are preferring in all the crops. Then next, it will have a particular weight, that is 1 to 1.5 kg weight. Short sucker are always preferable. Then mother plant should be heavy yielder. So yield of the mother plant should be good. Means their mother plant would have got proper nutrition. उसको अच्छा न्यूट्रिशन मिला हुआ चाहिए, वो माल नरिश नहीं चाहिए. अगर माल नरिश है तो उसका बंच भी, उसका डेवलपमेंट कम होगा, बंच यील्ड भी बहुत कम होगा. और ऐसे प्लांट से जो सकर्स मिलते हैं वो भी ज्यादा हेल्दी नहीं रहेंगे, अनहेल्दी रहेंगे और माल नरिश रहेंगे. ऐसे को सिलेक्ट नहीं करना है. देन ऑलवेज सिलेक्ट शॉर्ट सकर्स फॉर प्लांटिंग. शॉर्ट सकर्स ही हमेशा आपको प्लांटिंग के लिए लेना है. यू हैव टू अवॉइड दिस वाटर सकर्स. So select the suckers free from rhizome weevil. So rhizome weevil, it is one type of weevil. So which bores tunnel in this rhizome of this banana plant. Okay, ये rhizome में tunnels पैदा करता है और ये पोर्शन पूरा उसमें tunnels करके वो बाद में वो पूरा खराब हो जाता है rhizome. तो ऐसा अगर कोई ये है तो वो आपको अवॉइड करना है. पहले आपको कोई होल्स वगैरह नहीं है जो बनाना राइजोम को या कॉम को, वो आपको अच्छे से देख लेना चाहिए. तो एज ऑफ द सकर शुड बी 3 to 4 month. Okay, 3 to 4 month old sucker you need to select. So the whole or split rhizomes can also be used when the suckers are not available. अगर आपके पास सकर नहीं हो तो पूरा राइजोम भी आप यूज कर सकते हैं. पूरा आप राइजोम यूज करो या एक राइजोम को 2 पार्ट में ये करो, डिवाइड करो या 4 पार्ट में डिवाइड करो और उसको थोड़ा सा एक मीडिया में ग्रो करो. और जब आपको उससे प्लांटलेट्स मिल जाए तो हर एक प्लांटलेट्स को आप सेपरेट कीजिए और प्लांटिंग के लिए यूज कीजिए. ये भी एक मटेरियल, ये भी एक मेथड है प्रोपोगल्स, नंबर ऑफ प्रोपोगल्स इंक्रीज करने का. ये भी बहुत जगह चलता है. तो जब वो प्लांटिंग मटेरियल स्केयर हो, स्कैरिटी हो, कम हो, तो ये मटेरियल आप मेथड आप यूज कर सकते हो. ठीक है. तो नेक्स्ट है that is bit of rhizomes may also be used as planting material. Sometimes bit of rhizome, bit मतलब छोटा छोटा टुकड़ा भी आप यूज कर सकते हैं. पर ओनली थिंग ये है कि अगर आपका कॉम का या मतलब सकर का वेट यहाँ पे दिया है 1 to 1.5 kg. मतलब अगर आपने शुरू स्टेम का पोर्शन रिमूव किया तो सकर आपका लगभग 800 ग्राम का तो चाहिए ही. सो नीचे अंडरग्राउंड पोर्शन है जो राइजोम है, वो अगर राइजोम का वेट बहुत ही कम हो गया, अगर 500 किलो 200 किलो 400 किलो वगैरह हो गया तो क्या करेगा, ऑब्वियसली वो क्या क्रॉप ड्यूरेशन इंक्रीज करेगा. क्रॉप ड्यूरेशन उसका थोड़ा सा इंक्रीज होगा. इसलिए आपको ज़्यादा से अगर आप कॉम से कर रहे हैं, अगर उसका बीट्स कर रहे हैं तो ये आपको थोड़ा सावधानी रखना चाहिए. अगर आप बीट्स या कॉम्स ब्रेक करके उसे किसी प्लांटिंग मटेरियल में ऐड कर रहे हो और उससे आप प्रोपोगल्स तैयार कर रहे हो तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. तो ऐसे आप कर सकते हैं. पर अगर डायरेक्ट ये कर रहे हैं तो थोड़ी परेशानी है. ठीक है. Then tissue culture plants are also used for commercial planting, commercial scale. So coming to next, that is sucker treatment operation. So this is nothing but pairing, and it is also known as pairing as well as prolineage. It is also known as pairing as well as prolineage. It is nothing but the removal of older leaves, roots, adhering soil or other particles on the surface of rhizome and top portion of this suckers, proportion of sucker or this pseudostem leaving 15 centimeter from the rhizome. So you can remove the part of this pseudostem. So from this collar 15 centimeter portion you can keep, and other portion of pseudostem you can avoid. So after that, what you can do, this type of comms you can immerse in cow dung slurry, then sprinkle with 4-8 granules, 10 to 15 gram per rhizome, in order to avoid the infection of any pathogen or rhizome weevils. Okay, so these are the sucker treatment. Also, rhizome can be dipped in some fungicide solution by giving some slanting cut. So somewhere rhizomes they are dipping in hot water treatment also it is recommended to avoid the infection of nematode. So where there is infection of nematode, if you got doubt that you have collected the rhizomes from nematode affected area, then you can go for hot water treatment. Okay, somewhere traditional practices giving the cow dung slurry. So dip your planting material or this banana rhizomes in cow dung slurry, then you can do sun drying for 2 to 3 days in good sun, under the sun, and after that, after proper drying, you can use those suckers or rhizomes for further planting. So then next, what is about planting? So banana can be planted throughout the year except severe winter or during very heavy rains. So onset of monsoon, it is the very best time for planting of banana. So that is June, July. So pit method as well as furrow methods are, two methods are given for planting. Pit method means you need to dig out the pit. Size of pit is 60 centimeter cube, will be open. So here spacing is given, that is 1.8 into 1.8 meter. So that is for semi-dwarf or dwarf type of varieties. And 2 into 2 meter, that is for tall varieties with square system of planting. So pits will be filled with the topsoil. So while digging pit, you will you will separate this topsoil as well as bottom soil. So topsoil आपको क्या करनी है? So topsoil आपको separate करनी है. बाद में आपको क्या करना है? FYM आपको लेना है 15 to 30 days prior to planting. तो दूसरा FYM भी लेना है आपको एक क्वांटिटी में, और ये अब FYM आप ये टॉप सॉइल में मिक्स करो, और इससे आपको 15 दिन पहले प्लांटिंग आप करेंगे तो मतलब अगर जून में प्लांटिंग करेंगे तो 15 मई या 20 मई के आसपास आप उसको पीट को फिल कीजिए ये मिक्सचर से. तो उसमें क्या आप मिक्स आप कर सकते हैं, एक तो टॉप सॉइल रहेगी, दूसरा FYM रहेगा. उसमें पीट में आप ये भी डाल सकते हो 250 ग्राम ऑफ नीम केक, 50 ग्राम ऑफ ट्राइकोडर्मा to prevent the nematode as well as rhizome rot problems. So ये सभी डाल के ये मिक्सचर आप करके आप रेडी रखिए. So planting of sucker at the center of pit, it is always preferable. तो यहाँ से इस तरह से हाफ पीट आप प्लांट कीजिए. तो बाद में उस पर आपका राइजोम या सकर रखिए. बाद में एक्स्ट्रा जो सॉइल है या आपका जो मिक्सचर है वो लीजिए और पूरा कवर कीजिए. ठीक है, और बाद में आप यू नीड टू इरिगेट थरोली. ओके, सो स्पेसिंग आप वैरायटी वाइज दे सकते हैं. जहाँ पे आपको ज्यादा स्पेसिंग लगेगा तो उस वैरायटी के लिए जिसका कैनोपी ज्यादा हो, जो टॉल ग्रोइंग वैरायटी है, तो उसके लिए आप ज्यादा स्पेसिंग रखिए. तो दूसरा एक मेथड है जिसको हम फरो मेथड बोलते हैं. सो दिस मेथड इट इज ऑल्सो वेरी कॉमन मेथड ऑफ प्लांटिंग. ओके, स्पेशली सेंट्रल India, in Maharashtra, Gujarat. Okay, this method is preferable. So furrow of this 15 to 20 centimeter deep are opened at regular interval. फरो ऐसे आप करते जाते, पूरा लैंड लेवल करके उसमें फरो तैयार करके जाना है. और instead of making pits, what you can do, you can in that furrow, so that is straight line, so you can plant your rhizome with the proper distance. And after that again you can cover with soil, so that is also preferable. So it will give furrow you can keep with So there will be distance of almost 2 meter or 1.8 according to your spacing required. So उतना भी, और 2 प्लांट में भी आप उतना ही डिस्टेंस रखिए और आप प्लांट करते जाइए. तो दूसरा क्या है, पेयर ड्रॉ प्लांटिंग इन टिश्यू कल्चर प्लांट्स. ओके, सो पेयर ड्रॉ प्लांटिंग एक सिस्टम है जिसमें आप क्या करेंगे, एक जगह 2 या 3 राइजोम भी आप यूज कर सकते हैं या पूरा सकर्स यूज कर सकते हैं, तो उसको बोलते हैं पेयर ड्रॉ सिस्टम. तो उसके लिए टिश्यू कल्चर प्लांट का ज्यादा यूज होता है. सो यहाँ पे टिश्यू कल्चर प्लांट्स दिए गए हैं. सो बनाना इट इज आल्सो कमर्शियल वे ऑफ प्रोपगेशन इज in so many parts of the world as well as some parts of country. So that is tissue culture.